who I thought you
Right.
would. Like,
The
wait.
stakes are super high.
Okay, so A Brother's Honor. Could you relate to your character as Shauna at all?
Shayna, yeah, Shayna. I love Shayna. She was
I
such
love her
a bad.
too. She
Yeah,
is just on
she's
it. Like,
badass. Like, I will
yes.
come here and I will fix your company for you. But also, yeah, I related to her. She to me is what a lot of women are in terms of trying to navigate their professionalism with their desire. And so there was something about her that clearly had desire for Jace, but because of the world we live in, she's like, I gotta keep it professional because my job could be at stake. But also, I'm still gonna keep coming here because I'm really attracted to you and I want
Yeah.
to find out what this is about.
Yeah.
And she was just so loving, you know. I just felt like she had so much love for her father and her sister, and um, she also, I think, was a little type A. Like she needed things to get done, and she needed them to get done right. And so, I can relate to that a little bit.
Kind of related to her too when I watched it because I'd never watched it. It wasn't until like a few weeks back that I finally watched it because I was so obsessed with Gabriel's Inferno. Then I was like, okay, I need to end the obsession and watch other stuff on Passionflix. But when I watched it, I was like, I can kind of relate to her because it's like because I'm type A too, but it's especially with the job that I have right now. There's been boundaries that have been crossed, not with someone that I have like a desire for per se, but just like I'm trying to create those boundaries and trying to be professional and trying to establish like my place as a young woman in the field that I'm in. And so it's hard when someone just kind of bypasses it and you're like, no, but I really need you to understand like what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and that was Shayna's challenge of being like, I need you to respect me first because if you just want me to be here because you're attracted to me, then you're devaluing
right.
what I bring to the table. And so and as women, like we're always juggling those kinds of, we're always navigating that. We're always navigating someone's attraction or not attraction, or like we're always navigating things that have nothing to do with whether or not we can do our job,
Right.
and so I appreciated that part of it kind of being in there. It was light, it wasn't overdone, it wasn't like beat you over the head, but I knew exactly why she had to be the way that she was. I mean, I've had to do it too many times. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think a
It's
lot of women, especially in the business world, can relate to
yeah.
her a lot when they're trying to find their place and be respected, not only as a woman, but just be respected in, okay, I have this title or I have this position. You need to respect the position that I'm in, but also you need to respect me even more because I'm a woman and it's hard for me or hard for us to get to that point. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, just
It's so good to see
bring
like actually like Jace and like to see Shayna come to Jace's rescue
It's
instead
you.
of Jace coming to Shayna's rescue. Like
Yes.
that's just like yes, that's
Yes. Yes, that he was the one tied up, and
yep.
yeah.
like think about those old movies with the woman. She's like tied up on the railroad tracks,
Mhm.
and
Help
it's
me!
like running to save her. But he was tied up, and she was coming to save him, even though it was her. It was Shayna and her brothers. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
in terms of the brainstorming and everything, Shayna was the brains of the operation for sure.
yep.
Yeah, and I,
that's
I
what
yeah, I love that.
that's what I like about just Passionflix in general, like finding those books that they want to bring to life like that, because 9.9% out of 10 of the time, it's the woman who is coming in to rescue you, to bring you to light, and to show you redemption and salvation and all
Yeah,
this other stuff. We're not just these little coward, fragile women. It's like, no, we're strong, we are independent, we can produce
We
great
got this.
things. And so,
yeah,
yeah, we got
yeah,
this.
absolutely.
um, Okay. So, given because of obviously your situation that you're in with COVID and everything and not being on set, what do you miss most about being on set or the environment that you had of A Brother's Honor when y'all filmed?
Oh, we had so much fun. We had so much fun. I mean, it was such a whirlwind. It happened so fast. But I felt like we all really kind of got very close in a short period of time, and it felt like we were doing something that was very positive and that was bringing us a lot of joy. It was so great to have Miss Brenda Jackson on set.
Yeah.
She brought such a like warm spirit. I miss working with Lane Schefter Bishop, who was our director, who was just like so badass. Another woman who was just like leading the charge and just was, she was so creative, and created such a safe environment for us to explore some fun things on set. It was very safe, and I loved everybody. I really loved working with everyone. So I miss the fun and I miss the camaraderie, and I'm looking forward to film number 2.
Oh yeah, because it's a series, right?
Yeah, it's a trilogy, so there's 2 more that we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I'll be really interested to
Wait,
see
Yeah,
how number 2 will go.
me too. I know.
Be looking forward to that for sure.
Shooting love scenes during COVID. I don't know.
Just be like in a bubble, just a
in the
bubble
bubble.
suit, just like
Oh my goodness.
Saran wrap between the kisses and just be like,
Right.
yeah, saran wrap between. Like, hey, I go.
and
I'm
full
so
body
glad
condom.
Jeremy and I already did ours. I'm like, we did
You're
it.
like, okay, we're good. We got
Done.
it.
Got it.
Oh, that would be so funny then.
That would be funny. Oh, okay. So what do you want people to know, or what would you like people to know about Miss Tosca in Passionflix?
I feel like I don't know if there's anything else I could say that would like, I think she is just such a role model for so many women. How independent she is, how she's taken charge and creative control over such a smart idea. I think the way that she's brought in the romance community and given opportunities for romance novelists to have their books turned into films is so special. For the fans, the way that she engages with the fans is so beautiful. I think that she's just badass, and she's
Yeah.
also really loving. Like her energy is also very kind and sweet and generous. And so I think she's awesome. I think that I don't know that there's anything else that I could share. It's like a new thing, but I could just affirm that she really is that dope.
Yeah.
She is. She's
Yeah.
the
We
queen.
haven't,
We've crowned
yeah,
her the queen of passion, is what we've called her.
Queen of Passion.
Queen of Passion. I
Queen of
love it.
passion.
That's an
Um,
awesome title, actually. That's amazing. Queen of Passion.
yeah, and then people start saying it now when they with our girls that follow us on our Instagram. So now when they comment on her pictures, they put Queen of Passion, and she's like, "This is great."
Yes, yes.
Let's see. Okay, what is the most important element between scene partners when filming a love scene like yourself and Jeremy? So what's the main element that you guys focus on when you're doing
Well, no.
that?
Um, honestly, I think communication and safety, and really being invested in providing a safe space for your partner and being in touch with what your partner is or isn't comfortable with. I mean, I've said this before, but Jeremy was so wonderful to work with, especially in those moments, because we were both nervous about it, but I think he kind of took the responsibility of making sure I felt okay. On like, I think he took that on, and I felt 100% safe working with him. He was so invested in making sure that the scene came out right. So like, we weren't shy necessarily, but we were respectful, and and there were no like side comments, you know, like I've worked on jobs where I'm not even in a sex scene with someone, and you just got it, the little side comments about something and like the little things that make you uncomfortable. And I don't know if I would have been able to perform to the best of my ability and make it look real if I was you know, cringing and or feeling like my scene partner was taking advantage. I never felt like that with Jeremy. I never felt like he was trying to get over. I felt like we were both like, okay, we're here. Okay, let's go. And when Lane yelled cut, it was cut, you know, and also we got to know each other while we were there. So there was also a friendship that was being built, and we were really invested in telling the story and making sure that it honored what Brenda Jackson wrote. And I think when you go into it with that perspective, then all of the other stuff can kind of go by the wayside. But I think communication is so important to provide that safety, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think having the conversation with our director the night before and like
Yeah.
saying like, okay, let's sit down, let's talk about what we're gonna do, let's talk about what the shots are gonna be, because you also want to trust whoever the director is, and we trusted her. So there was this great environment between all three of us. Like we knew, and the DP. So we knew that our director, the DP, and the two of us were all in it to make sure that we felt safe. And so we were good.
That's so good. Yeah, I've always wondered that just watching like romance movies and stuff growing up and all this other stuff. And obviously when it got to the more intimate scenes and stuff like that, I'm like, well, how do they like how do they like can just like do it? Like just go.
Well,
But
it's weird too, because you know it's not comfortable. Like you're trying, it's like there's a percentage of you that's also taking direction, you know, like you're kissing, and then there's a part of you that's like, the director's like, turn your head to the right, you're like, okay, turn my head to the right. You know,
okay.
you know, the first scene that we did, it was on a desk. That was so uncomfortable. It
You're
was
just
not,
like,
you know,
Wow.
like movie magic trying to make it good, but like it's not, you know,
yeah,
it's like, okay, there's a desk, and
how
you
do
know,
I
like you're
move
trying to,
around?
you know,
Yeah.
it's crazy what we do, but again, like there is something about the heart connection between two people, and like we knew what our characters wanted in those moments, and so we were like, okay, that's what's priority. And then there's that other percentage of your brain that's taking direction and trying to make sure that you're giving the best angle and all of that, but
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah. But and that's what makes it good though too is I mean from watching romance movies for a while and stuff like that, I can tell Brittany can probably attest to this too, is you can tell obviously like when the actors are doing justice to the characters, but you can also tell when you have a chemistry outside of like behind the camera, like
Yeah,
not even like shooting. Like we can tell that you and Jeremy, like y'all had that friendship, you had that connection and understanding of each other, and we can
yeah,
see that through film. We can see it played out,
yeah.
so it just makes it more like oh, because you can
Yeah.
you can see
when
it.
when I watch it, I have that same feeling. Like when we get to the cabin scene, that's my favorite scene, and I'm just like, because at that point we had spent so much time together and we worked on that scene, and for me, I remember going to Jeremy and saying, I feel like this is the most important scene in the film when it comes to our relationship. Like this scene right here, when we talk and we tell each other how we feel and what our stuff is, you know, when I have that moment and I tell him about, you know, my ex, and I'm like, this scene right here. But we had built so much in terms of our friendship up until that point, so it was just like when we got to that scene, to me it was just like perfect.
That's what makes our hearts just like
Yeah.
just ooze, just like oh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So, um, as you know, I wrote a little something and I
Well,
sent it
something.
to you. Um, what did you think of when I put you and Richard side by side and all the fans freaked out?
I was so blown away. I was super humbled and touched, and I don't know, I kind of felt um very warm and gushy inside and sentimental. And I felt really honored that you did that and that I was thought of. And then I was like, oh, Richard, I met him at Dirty Sexy Saint
Like,
premiere. You
hey,
know, I was having that.
I know him.
Yeah, and yeah, and I think your script is just so fun. It's so adventurous and sexy and playful and it's so current in terms of like that could totally happen today. You know, I won't say too much, but like yeah,
Yeah.
like so I was just honored. I was really honored and flattered and really grateful. Thank you. Thank you for doing
Yeah.
that.
Everybody's just like, I hope that Passionflix options it because I need Richard and Celestine in my life. And
yeah.
I'm like, tell me about it.
Well, she sent it to me first, and we read it, or I read it, and I'm not used to reading script because I don't know how to read it. And then I read it, and then I was like, okay. And then she goes, wait, do you know who I would picture as them? And I'm like, no. And she goes, Richard and Celestine. And I was like, I can see it. I'm like, that's them. Like, they can do it.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. I love the way that the fans kind of will throw in their ideas for characters. And I've seen them do it with Brenda Jackson too on one of her fan pages. They'll be like, what about this actor and this actress to play these? Like they just have, you know, and I love that your writing creates that kind of imagination to kind of start flowing and thinking in that way about, okay, who could play this role, you know? It's fun.
We're
It's
hoping that it'll be a dream come true for her because I was like, this is really well written and we love you and Richard. So it would be awesome to get you guys together. And quickies are more available to do, I think, right now also because it's not, you don't have a lot of people.
Probably. That's a good point. Yeah.
So,
In the words of Richard, it was spicy.
Spicy.
he said it was spicy.
Spicy.
I like that. There's a little hot sauce in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it was spicy. So we were like, yes, it is.
I know.
So, but we would hope that's what we're hoping for is that you guys, that Tosca's like, hey, so I like this. Y'all come to LA and we'll just do this real quick.
That would be so fun. I miss acting so much. That'd be great.
Yeah, I know. And Richard said that he's like, if I don't be on a set in a few months, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm like, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, for people who are like professional escape artists who like to, it's like real life right now is really challenging. It's like, okay, can I not, can I tap
I
out?
don't need to just sit and I just need to be with other people and just be another person for like a few hours and then
A little bit. Just
just a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your favorite part about working on a Passionflix movie? So not just any movie, but just being part of the Passionflix community.
I think it's the fans. It's the fans. As soon as I was announced, I mean, it started from the moment I was announced that I was playing Shayna Bradford and my Instagram blew up. And I was just kind of like, oh, like, I didn't know how supportive the Passionflix fans are. And so I had people that were like rooting for me, like you said, who were like, oh, you're going to be great. Before I stepped on set. So a part of me was like, okay, I better not mess this up. But
Really?
another part of me was just like, people are really rooting for me and rooting for all of us. And so that part, I mean, meeting the fans at Rare London was amazing because I'm like, I'm in London and people are like, oh, Shayna Bradford. I'm like,
You're like, yes.
yeah, that the community is just so powerful and supportive. And then going to when we were at the premiere and meeting the fans and people that, you know, I ended up having Instagram relationships with. I'm like, oh, you're, you know, I know who you are. Like that part of it, it was really, that made it really special. Yeah.
I will say when you started following our account, I took a screenshot and I sent it to Brittany. I was like, Brittany, the queen, she's followed us. Like, we made it.
Oh my God, you guys are awesome. You're awesome.
She sent it to me and I was just like, I was looking at my phone and I just got all wide-eyed and my husband just kind of like, you okay? I'm just like,
no, I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
We did the same when Tosca followed us and Allie and everybody. We were like, this is like real life. This is
I think Costa followed us and I forgot how to breathe.
Oh my God.
And Jody too. Jody,
Yeah.
we were like, Jody Ellen Malpas just followed us, and she's like an amazing author too. We were just like, ah.
Yeah, man, it's a great community. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. And
We love
Tasha
it so much.
100%, like that's it. You can tell that that's such a big part of her mission, is to serve the community of people who love romance novels, especially women who are being shown in like empowered light, and being seen for all of themselves, who are sexy and also smart and all of it. So
Yeah, we have we have book club meetings or just private Zoom meetings, and we all just like are in a meeting together, and we're all just fangirling over everything, but we're also dissecting the powerful women roles that are in there and how we can relate to them. And because there's women that have been opened up about their past and how they can relate to that character. And so it's really neat that we're all just kind of in this big bubble together of like shared experiences and stuff. So
yeah, community is so powerful. And I think as women, community is something that's always going to keep us strong and pushing forward and making change. And so I think, especially right now, and it's a book club, but it means something, like you said, because there's personal connection, and it matters that you're in community with each other. It's beautiful.
yeah, it's Passionflix as a whole has gotten so many women through a lot of things. Like there's been women who've opened up to us that have gone through surgery, who lost a husband, have just been through traumatic things. And Brittany has shared her experiences too. And it's just crazy how this one company can just change all of these lives, like not just within the US, but like internationally too. Like we're all just coming together, and I'm just like, I get sappy about it every time I talk about it, but I'm just like, I love it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
so touching.
yeah.
It's so touching.
Like the day after I had surgery, probably like what number, I don't know, 100. I lost count at this point. I actually was laying in a hospital bed watching A Brother's Honor.
Oh my God.
Yep. But it just so happened to be on the desk scene when my doctor came in, and he's like, "What you got?" I'm like,
You're like, pause.
Wait. Nothing.
Don't look at my ear.
I love that story. Thank you for sharing that with me, because I just saw it. I saw you in the hospital. I saw you watching. I just saw all of it.
You're like,
I had a really great nurse that she was like, "Okay, he's gone. Push play again." And
You
she's
had a
here watching
lookout.
it with
I love
me.
it. You had a lookout.
that's
See?
great.
Like, he's gone.
See, women helping each other out. See?
Mm-hmm. She's like, "What is
She
this?"
said that happened with the protector too, with like the shower scene or something. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Pause. Whoops.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. But that really touches me. Thank you for sharing that. I mean,
Of course. Well, I know that we
this
touched on fans, but it's like we are true fans of you and A Brother's Honor, and we just love the movie so much.
And we just love you and your soul. Like when we watched the passion side of you again, I was like, she's just so lovely, and just she glows of like happiness and just
you had this like glow around you, and I'm like, she's glowing.
she's glowing. You do, even just through this Zoom meeting. It's like you have this amazing like happy aura around you, and you're just like, I don't know. So that's why we like attracted to you. We're just like, she's just so.
This is all reciprocal. Like you're feeding me, and you're making me feel very, very warm and happy right now. I'm not always happy, but I'm not. Yeah. But I'm very emotional. But I can recognize other lights, and you two are you have a glow and a light. So it's like we're all glowing together. Oh, really though.
But I like it though, because that's why what makes a good connection is if you not only are, well, we use this when I used to work with kids who were victims of abuse. We try to tell them like when you have a bucket and someone else has a bucket, and when you fill someone's bucket so much to where yours is empty, you don't have enough like light, or you don't have anything else to give, because you need to have some for yourself too. So if you at least have a little bit in yours, and you just slowly start passing a little bit around others, but keeping some for yourself too, it's like you will be happy with yourself, but you're also spreading that happiness to others too.
Yeah.
So it's like important to share and be and loving to others, but you need to make sure you're taken care of too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that reminder.
So,
Yeah.
you know, but now I'm all like sappy, and I have
Yeah.
like one tear that's coming out. I'm like,
And my mascara is not waterproof.
uh-oh. No waterproof.
This is actually what my goal was to make you two cry. Like I knew that I was gonna do. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you won
succeeded.
this one. You succeeded.
Cry on this interview. I'm gonna turn it around.
How the tables turned. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Brittany, I think it's your turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know we talked about the fans and meeting the fans. Are you open to doing PassionCon 2021?
Why not? Why not? Sure. I mean, I saw that, PassionCon 2020 got canceled because of COVID.
Yeah.
So I'm like hoping that it happens 2021. But yeah, sure, of course. That would be amazing.
We'll be there.
That would be, I mean, I can only imagine what that would be like. I can only imagine how phenomenal that would be. Yeah.
Yeah, Brittany and I created a Facebook group for women that follow us on our account, but who are going to PassionCon, so we can kind of talk about stuff. And I had a dream about it last night because I was just so excited. And I'm just like, there's so many women that I've connected with over the past couple months. So I know like COVID kind of sucked and kind of ruined a lot of things for a lot of people, but it led me to Brittany, it led me to Passionflix, it led me to this huge community of women. And so now we're all like connecting and talking to each other. So I'm like, when we all get to see each other for the first time, it's just going to be like a one big hug and cry fest. It's just going to be like, so.
Well, it's kind of a good thing that it got canceled in September, because my doctor was like, you're not going.
Oh.
You're not going at all. And then so when they canceled it and it's in May, he's like, yeah, you're good to go now. I'm like,
see how the universe finds a way.
Yep. That's what I told Brittany. I was like, there's a purpose for everything.
Yes,
So,
yes, indeed.
Yeah, so that's what we're really excited for. Well, we hope you get to go, because I mean they've only mentioned authors that are going. I would imagine actor-wise, because y'all are so busy bouncing around doing, many things and stuff like that, that they probably won't reach out to you, I guess, until maybe a few months before. I don't know.
Yeah, because being an actor means you're always like kind of. I make a joke. I say kind of flaky. It's not an intentional flaky, but it's like it's really hard to commit to things like too far in advance, because you're like, yeah, I'm open now, but we'll see. So it's like, would love to, but also no, who knows? But when that would be wonderful. Yeah.
Well, we'll make a petition to your agent to be like, make her available this weekend.
Do not schedule her at this time, because we want to hug Celestine.
You're like, she's unavailable.
She's unavailable.
I need hugs. Yeah.
So we'll reach out to your agent and be like, so we have a proposition for you.
She can't work. Sorry.
No, she is booked for this weekend for all of the loves and the hugs.
Oh my God.
But I think that was all of our questions we had, given of what Brittany and I wanted to know, and then what a few people that follow us wanted to know. I didn't know if there was anything that you might wanted to like close with, or any like other comments you want to share, or anything.
I just want to share my gratitude for both of you, and when you reached out to me to do this, it really meant a lot, and especially right now, it's great to be in contact with people and to talk about something that's uplifting and brings joy and passion and to your life, and I'm always just really humbled and honored to have been a part of a Passionflix film, and I'm really excited for the potential next two whenever that happens. I'm super excited to continue working with Passionflix and to be a part of this community. It really means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you for being so
Yeah.
amazing and accepting this, because we
Yeah.
kind of went out on a limb, just being like, I don't know if she will, but we'll see. So, but yeah, we're grateful for you too. So,
maybe you'll be in a quickie.
Listen, keep putting it out there in the universe.
I'm going to. I always just tell people, they're like, is Passionflix gonna do it? And I'm like, it's literally in the hands of Allie and Lauren. Ask them.
Yeah. I mean, it is the same with, I mean, if we do it, because it's the same with Richard, because we told him we wanted him to play this part in the Jodi Ellen Malthus book, the This Man series. We wanted him to play John, the bodyguard, and we mentioned it once in a live, and then we did like a poll thing, and then we said it again and again, and then now he has a dialect coach to do an English accent. So we were like, okay, we're getting closer.
I love it.
A little bit closer.
So if we brag on you more, then maybe.
Yep. Listen, you need to talk in an English accent as well, because listen, it's very possible that I can do it.
Oh, let's snap, Celestine.
I'm just playing. Like, hello, Richard. Nice to meet you again.
You can help him.
So lovely to see you.
Help him.
Help him, yeah. Like
I should just DM him and be like, listen. No, I don't claim to be a dialect coach, not at all.
But you can help him with I think he told us in his previous interview that he's working on like a dialogue, like he has to read a long dialogue before, because if you can nail that, then you I guess can do it. And so he's been really trying to work on that. So, but yeah, I was like,
good for him.
Things are happening. So yeah, we'll just do the same for you. I'll just be like, so Celestine, we really want you for this quickie, and
no, you guys are great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So nice to meet you virtually. So nice.
I know. Well, we hopefully, at some point we can all meet in person, because that'll be really great.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Yeah, you too.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, guys.
That was Miss Celestine.
I love her.
She is so sweet.
We got really sappy. I legit had like a tear.
Oh yeah, I was crying. She's so sweet.
Like my eyes are like glassy right now. I'm just like, but yeah, that was a lovely Celestine. She is.
If you're not following her, follow her now.
Yeah, follow her at Celestine Rae on Instagram. And then I think next week we are possibly doing our UK versus USA with our lovely, amazing friends from across the seas with Lauren and Charlie. Across the pond with Lauren and Charlie.
Lauren and Charlie.
So, but we're really excited about that. So yeah, but yeah, make sure you follow Celestine. Make sure if you haven't watched A Brother's Honor, watch A Brother's Honor on Passionflix.
Yeah, do it, because it's such a good movie.
Yeah. So yeah, keep an
Thanks,
eye out for that. Or order the books too from Brenda Jackson. Order those. It's a trilogy. So
yeah.
There's that. But yeah, thanks for another Zoom interview.
Yes, a Zoom interview.
Zoom interview with Haley and Brittany.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.